对。
哦，所以你觉得可能在中国他们不会有成功？
在中国来讲，不是成功，就是可能中国的体育爱好者可能不是那么接受这种身体接触，
是吗？
Australia's next big export industry could be its sunlight and wind, as game-changing technology makes it easier to transport their energy as hydrogen. Industry players are even talking up renewable energy hydrogen as the next liquefied natural gas industry, which could power cars in Asia and Europe. Michael Dolan is the principal research scientist for the CSIRO and says the organisation's discovery could go a long way to improving hydrogen's viability as a fuel source.
The technology we've developed is essentially a way of purifying hydrogen. When hydrogen is manufactured, it's usually manufactured with some other byproduct. And until you can separate that out and purify the hydrogen, you can't really use it for things like transport.
That's mostly ammonia, is it?
Well, ammonia is one of the things from which you can manufacture hydrogen, as well as natural gas or other fossil fuels as well. So all of those routes will produce some sort of byproduct, nitrogen, for example, or CO2, which need to be separated out. So our technology allows that to be done quite efficiently and inexpensively, and in doing so can enable different ways of using hydrogen.
So, Michael, we see those images of the giant liquid natural gas carriers carrying it bulk to Asia and the like. Are you foreseeing a day when we'll see hydrogen in those large tankers?
No, the approach is a little bit different. One of the great problems with hydrogen is that it's quite difficult to transport over long distances because it has such a low density. Ammonia is actually a very nice way of transporting hydrogen from point A to point B, be it from Australia to Japan, for example, because it actually has a higher hydrogen density than liquid hydrogen, which sounds counterintuitive, but it is the case. The technology that we've developed can be applied at the point of use, where we convert ammonia back into high purity hydrogen for use in a transport fleet, for example.
Just as far as hydrogen goes, as far as powering vehicles and the like is concerned, explain to us why people are so excited by it.
Well, I guess hydrogen is the ultimate clean fuel. The only emission arising from the use of hydrogen is water. You can also manufacture hydrogen completely renewably. And one of the great shortcomings of renewable energy production is that it's usually in a form of electricity, which needs to be used either where you make it or put into the grid. But it doesn't really allow you to transport it over long distances, such as from Australia to Japan. So Australia has a huge renewable energy resource, but the really big renewable energy markets are going to be in places like Japan, Korea and Europe. So we need a way to get that renewable energy over there, and hydrogen in the form of ammonia is one way that we can potentially meet that demand.
Time for a check of the weather. Here's Nate Byrne.
Starting with the satellite picture, we've got some cloud in the southeast of Western Australia. That's associated with some showers.